floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, thank you for inviting me here. I will try to give some sort of feedback from the private industry. My name is Peter Malm. I used to work at, first of all, I studied at Linné University, and I think I was the first student from Växjö University to get the scholarship from the SIDA to do the minor field study. It was a minor field study in Vietnam, and I can tell you, you don't have to read the thesis because it wasn't very good. Then I continued working for IKEA, and I worked for IKEA first in the store in Malmö, but then in the purchasing, procurement, and the supply chain. And when we talk about Industry 4.0, I think it's very important, and also the big data, digitalization, Internet of Things, that people, you try to bring it to your level. What is it for me? And we try to tell the companies as well that what's in it for you? Why should you do it? How should you do it? And very important, who's gonna pay? Because there is a cost, and we see there is a risk when we talk about this digitalization and Industry 4.0, that it's very much technology driven, and there are actually companies behind that they want us to invest. And even if we find a standardized way of pushing data, sensor data, there will be machines that are not standardized for maybe the next 20, 30 years. And how can we do that? I also would like to answer your question about this data. And I think many companies, they don't really know how to settle this. And the biggest problem for many of them is if their customer is finding out. Because with this digitalization, actually the sensor data, within a couple of years, I'm 100% sure that like car manufacturing, like IKEA, they will know exactly how their suppliers are producing. When they produce, how long time it takes, how much material, and the quality. There are good things about it. For example, you can reduce the administration when it comes to quality. Today, maybe 3-4 persons are working on the quality department. You don't need that any longer. You will have a process window, and when it's outside, the technician at the customer, will get an alarm. They will call you in 2 seconds and ask, what are you doing? And these are good and bad, because this I tried to explain. Actually, the suppliers, if they don't take control of this, they will let the customers inside their house and really know what they are doing. And if this is on a balanced level, then it's okay. I think what we are focusing about when it comes to Industry 4.0 is to help the small and medium-sized enterprises. Because I think the big companies, they will solve this anyhow. They have the resources, they will do it. But the small and medium-sized enterprises, I think they have a problem in this, and we try to help them. I just want to show you, it's a 3-minute video. So look at this. It's quite well-known Swedish multinational company, but look at it and try to look at it and how can I say, see it in your eyes. What would it be for the health industry working like this? And how will it affect the future training?
Digitalization is transforming our industry and changing how we work to create new opportunities by leveraging global data from thousands of lines, connecting our field force with equipment, and bringing our expertise closer to you. Sensors on connected Tetra Pak filling lines continuously send information to the Tetra Pak Performance Management Center. Staff analyze the data and proactively make recommendations to improve productivity and eliminate unscheduled downtime. And thanks to digitalization, the predictive horizon is longer, making it easier to plan maintenance to fit production schedules. Our service engineers are equipped with digital tools to support them in their daily work to deliver better service. apps provide easy access to information needed to perform maintenance effectively, including service manuals and checklists, problem-solving methodology, and the global issue database. With remote support, all service engineers are experts wherever they are, whenever it's required, which minimizes extra service calls. Digital tools are not only for service engineers. With virtual training, operators use computer simulation to learn at their own pace, fitting your competence needs and production schedules. Service engineers use mobility apps to track the maintenance completed and to get sign-off before leaving the site. These are just some of the ways we are using cutting-edge digitalization technology to bring you new opportunities through Tetra Pak services while always protecting what's good.
I don't want to do marketing for Tetra Pak. This is just one example. I think if you search the web, I think most of the companies are actually doing this. But what is easier for Tetra Pak to do this is
we proudly present the Tetra Pak TRG7, E7, a machine that gets
the problem here, or they have an advantage here, Tetra Pak, because they have their own system. Many other industry, it's not a standardized system, how to find this. And therefore, I think it's very much easier for them to do it. But they have the resources, they can do it. And in this case, it's newly launched, but it's working. Many of these, it's like marketing, that they show that this is the way how they work, but actually it's not working in reality. So someone told here before, I think it's very important to make it user-friendly, user experience. Because in this case, if the operators, the maintenance servicemen are not, if they don't like this, it will never work. It will be catastrophe and a waste of money. We started this Industry 4.0 with a collaboration with a German company. Industry 4.0, I think most of you know what it's at least something about. And there is a portal called I4ODE, English version, Korean, and Chinese. And if you have anything to write about big data, industry, or whatsoever, you are most welcome to send a mail to Philip or info@i4o.de. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please look up there. It's free of charge. You can do whatever you want, send whatever you want there. We found out that there is a need of inform about this Industry 4.0. So we started a training. It's a 4 or 5 modules course, 2 days. And we are working together with Magnus and SB to do this in Sweden and Denmark. The problem is that will not help the small and medium-sized enterprises. And we saw that there is a need also to help them. Because when they see a video like Tetra Pak, they say, super, very nice, but we cannot afford it. And what we are trying to show them is you don't have to invest so much. It's more about what you can do in small steps. We have the portal for a portal for the Asian ones. They want to have it differently, and they want to start measure. Start measure, get the smart data, and try to be more efficient. And they don't want to do this 3.0 step, they want to do the 4.0 directly. We have got seeds money from the Swedish Institute, and it's a program, and we are actually started one-day conference informing in Latvia, Estonia, and Lithuania. I have some colleagues here coming here, and I just want you to stand up. It's Oksana, she's representing the Industry 4.0. Jaroslavs from Latvian Chamber of Commerce. Raimundas from Vilnius. Audrius also from Vilnius, and Martins from Tallinn. And I think this is also an opportunity if you want to work. I think the size is, we can almost see the Baltics over the sea here, the Baltic Sea, but we don't work too much together. So I think it's a very good opportunity to work. And we are also looking into, I just want to show you the contact persons. If you are interested to contact us, it's my name, Oksana, and Magnus Mörstam. We are trying to start up more seeds money and also trying to, for this Nord Plus, together with Ilir. And also there is this Horizon 2020. So if you are interested into this small and medium-sized enterprises for Industry 4.0, please let us know. Thank you so much.
Well-represented project you've got here. Very pleased to have international audience. Concrete questions, we've got 5 minutes.
So, I don't know, I'm sorry if this is not the right question for you, but when we looked at healthcare, we noticed that the people who sell you machines were not interested in this open concept. They wanted to sell you more of their own machines. Do you think that there will be an open ecosystem so I can buy parts from various providers and just link them together? And is that something you're working towards?
My background, I used to work for IKEA, then I started to produce for IKEA as a producer. And that was plastic production, injection molding. This is very much that you have many different machines, different robots, different gravimetrics, how to mix the material, etc. And there we see that it would be a huge need to have a generic data layer. And in that case, that people could actually take this data and do apps out of it. And actually, if I am a company, I need to have it in this way. And I have the data here. And to do that, I think that is the $1 million question, actually, how to achieve that. But I'm quite sure in the future it will come. The only problem is there are big association, and they don't want to give this. They want to have their standard, the machines, and that is the fact now. And actually, Industry 4.0, it was launched 2011, and I think the first 4 or 5 years, not really much happened, because it was different stakeholders, and they wanted to discuss what kind of standards should we have, and it's about the power.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly what we saw, and they want to lock you into their ecosystem. So hopefully this generic data layer will become a reality, because I think for an SME or Tetra Pak can build their own, so they don't care.
Yeah, and they build their own, and they lock you in, because they are not longer selling machines, they sell filling. And it's a service, and they know that if they run the plant, they are more efficient than if they sell the machines. So that is the trend, I think, within Industry 4.0. But with this, the data layer and how to use that, I really hope it can be a generic, and it could be an open platform. Because the other way around, it's that you pay a lot of money for this, and then no one is allowed to use it. And it's a standard that you cannot have any interface. It costs too much to do the interface.
a very small question. It's interesting to see that you have partners from Latvia, Estonia. Are you going to be working on the SMEs with these countries, or what is the plan? Probably I didn't understand it.
The plan, at least in short term, is to build up these competence centers in Latvia. Actually, it's a little bit of a copy-paste what we've done in Sweden. We see it's working very well. We started with Magnus, and tomorrow we are starting a program with Almi, and it's 5 companies around in Kronobergs län, and they are 2 persons from each company, and it's like the digitalization. They want to learn more. It's 3 days, 4 hours each, and then we will do a check, like an audit in their factory. The tricky part here is we thought it would be like manufacturing companies. No, it's 1 hotel, 1 laundry, 1 candy distributor, 1 producing a vehicle, and 1 more I cannot remember now. So this is like exciting when I think that it's not only about the traditional industry. There are many people, they want to know, okay, what will be the new digitalization for hotels? I mean, it might even change your whole business model in the future.
You've seen quite a few presentations of researchers opening up for collaboration. And we had a bit of a discussion with the visualization people and what kind of data related problems we can be approached with. So could you generalize on that? What kind of offerings from us researchers would be fit for small, medium-sized companies, and what kind of offerings are unfit for these kind of companies?
This is my personal answer. I think the biggest mistake you can do is try to build it yourself. Try to build a software by yourself. You will lose 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I think there are a lot of companies, private companies, they have done this. Hook on, I think they are very happy. Maybe they want to have it a special name or demo database or whatsoever. So don't waste your time and money building your own ecosystem. Use the existing one, because then it will also be valuable. You know directly if it is used or not. And with this digitalization, like Sonja said, that if you have a product, it might be difficult to know if the Nike still don't know if you are running every morning, but they soon will, most probably. But with the software, you have the digitalization already, so you can see how they use it, when they use it, and what are the mistakes. So I think this is really important for the research, to see how people are using this digitalization. Not only about visualizing, you should also try to do the research on how they do it in their business model and daily business steering. Yes?
Yes, it's Louise Östlund from Kalmarsalen again. Very interesting presentation and very close related to the business world. What you're doing now is actually an example of open innovation. When you gather different disciplines together around this research issue, or this project, I would say, which I think is generally a recommendation from my point of view to do, just to be able to ask the question actually that Welf just put here, because that's the best way for everyone to be able to answer that. And then we have no frames, we have this open innovation climate, and there's no end of the possibilities in such kind of session, because it's very easy that you put some kind of restrictions on yourself without knowing it, and then you restrict your mind and your innovation sense. So it would be very interesting to take part of what Tetra Pak will actually come up with from this exercise that they will perform.
I can give you one contact to Tetra Pak. I think they are very open to show what is happening. I know that they have a special, how to find out what is the, how do they train the train the trainers, and how do they do the knowledge of the servicemen. And it's not only what we see here, it's more like the competence level, how they train. They have, what do you call it, simulators, because it's much cheaper to crash a machine in the computer than in a real-time machine, etc. And they don't take the time. So I think, but also with this, I think many of us, we have a lot of silos. And I think, especially in the university, there might be between the faculties. And in the industry, we have these silos as well. And a normal one is between the customer and the supplier. And that will be gone. I can promise you, I didn't want to have my customer in the factory I was running because we weren't professional all the time. But that will be, I would say it's like Champions League. Before we had Champions League, we always discussed, is the English league better than the Spanish? Is the Italian? Do you remember, some of you? Like, now we know at least which is the best club. And this will be the effect. And I think in the near future, we can have a real-time cost analysis. So a lot of companies are spending a lot of time on RFQs now. They send out the request for a quotation and wait for the quotation, and then they compare. In 5 years, it's no needed. You can click and you see who's the best. At least this is what I believe. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's continue the discussion in the break, which is starting now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, coffee break. We'll meet again at 3 o'clock here.